MR340 2022.
This is not a sprint, this is a marathon.
The world's longest race.
And just the idea of paddling day and night across the state of Missouri sells itself. Not very many people know what's out here.
It's a little squirrely right here.
Got into racing immediately.
I just had my little moment of brief exhaustion.
I've never worried about being one of the fastest.
And we're off like a herd of turtles.
It's an anxiety-driven activity.
Hold on, they're not going to get there.
Embrace the hurt, keep going.
Way to go, Daddy!
The Kraken!
I'm miserable, my arms hurt, and I'm dehydrated.
You're gonna get on the Missouri River and paddle overnight in the dark. You're gonna die.
Go, Christy!
Only the strong survive, for sure.
Nothing that's worthwhile is easy, including this.
For nearly 2 decades now, hundreds of thrill seekers have gathered here in Kansas City at Kaw Point to embark on one of the world's greatest tests of human endurance, the Missouri River 340. Hi, I'm Matt Evans, and welcome to KMBC 9 Chronicle. We've often shown you the start of this race, but this year we followed along for all 340 miles.
The most famous boat in the Midwest. Besides Little Toot, the tugboat, you know, from when we were kids, what boat is more famous than the Kraken?
Perched atop this 1972 Buick Electra, this monster of the Missouri River stares down some boats and inspires others.
Hey, the best form of flattery, right?
This is the third iteration of the Kraken, and its crew has a single goal for its upcoming voyage.
We're coming back and we're going to try to win this thing.
The Kraken is just one of nearly 500 boats that will soon embark on the world's longest non-stop canoe and kayak race, the MR340.
And just the idea of paddling day and night across the state of Missouri sells itself.
Racers in 13 divisions start in Kansas City and battle heat, exhaustion, and each other for 340 unrelenting miles of the Big Muddy, with the ultimate prize, the Governor's Cup, going to the first boat overall that finishes in St. Charles. The Kraken team won it in 2020.
I think he wants to be on the same end.
And the Kraken's frontman, who's a legend among other racers,
Joe Man, he's kind of like, he sets the bar.
won it with another team in 2017
Watch that on.
and set the all-time solo kayak record the year later.
The Missouri River Death Trip.
Yeah.
That's what they were calling it the first year we did it. Watch the rudder, dog. There we go. There we go.
Joe, along with teammates Matt Walters and Adam A-Dog Burns, are the favorites to reclaim that top spot this year.
We didn't spend 3 years building and making and prototyping a boat to come in second place. We built it to be the fastest boat on the water.
Into your race.
Welcome everybody to the MR340.
All right, go time. It's getting real. It's worse the more you do it.
Every racer has their own unique story that brought them to the 340, like when a friend of Lauren Rodriguez told her about the race.
So I'm like, I'll never do that. That's crazy. It was like 3 months later I signed up.
She was among the first women to attempt the grueling 340 miles on a stand-up paddleboard.
I mean, it is tough standing up that whole time.
In 2021, she set the record for fastest time in that division, finishing in 53 hours and 4 minutes. She's back, determined to break her own record.
Good luck. Love you, babe.
For me, it's always to do better, be faster, win. I like to win.
MR340 2022.
It's the adventure that drew fifth-time racer Barry Brock to the MR340 in 2014.
People think you're insane doing 340 miles.
He's racing this year to prove that he still can. These paddlers will spend most of the next 340 miles alone.
Race hard, baby.
The solo boats launch 1 hour before teams. Anticipation builds
Get my tushy in.
as the clock ticks down.
About time to start. We got about 10 minutes. St. Charles, here we come.
Okay, we have 5 minutes to start.
You just start mentally preparing for the worst, hoping for the best.
Got a lot of people here. 30 seconds.
Go time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Couple miles. chaotic.
Racers start in the slack water of the Kansas River.
We're gonna hit the confluence right now.
Before joining the swift waters of the Missouri.
Confluence is coming. On my knees, it's a little rocky.
It's the first challenge as soon as the race begins. They'll face countless more in these next 340 miles as they're on their way to St. Charles. Up next, teams get ready to launch. Like Johnny Ortiz, known in this community as Dead Last Johnny.
A saying we have is that dead last is better than did not finish, which trumps did not start.
He's attempted the race 9 times and finished only twice. This year, his partner is his daughter, Juliana, who has never raced before.
I'm nervous. Straight nerves.
All right, push off.
Their primary goal is to have fun and to finish.
My time, this time will be memories with my daughter.
But for the men on the Kraken, taking the title is the goal.
Stretch it out, baby.
Got to. This might be the calmest we've ever gone into it.
Yeah.
Now we just get it in the water and
Do our thing.
Do our thing.
But loading the monstrosity in the water reveals a major problem.
It's okay, right?
I mean, not really.
The fiberglass AMA is damaged, threatening its structural integrity and the entire race before it ever begins.
We need to go something all the way across.
And then we're just gonna put that all the way across. And
Duct tape.
Gorilla, gorilla, gorilla,
Doing
gorilla.
it right now. He needs right now.
Minutes before the start. With the boat already in the water, the team waits for an unlikely solution.
Oh my God!
Joe Mann delivers.
How heavy is it?
it's heavy.
A 10-foot hunk of metal unistrut,
Let's take off about a foot.
adding weight, but saving the boat from sure disaster with just moments to spare.
All right, you guys are on your own.
Good luck, Jewel.
3, 2, 1.
You're okay, you're okay. You're doing fine.
As the teams join the Missouri River, all the boats have launched, and the 17th annual MR 340 is officially underway.
We're paddling along today.
As racers leave Kansas City, most are still in big groups.
Seeing a lot of friends today from the past. A lot of new friends today. Hi, Sarah.
There's still plenty of energy. There's still plenty to do.
You know, Terry, stop and go over there in the Maristar and gamble for a minute. Get us a nice suntan this week, too. And sunburn.
And there's still plenty to see.
Lots of barges parked today. See blades flying everywhere, dipping in the water. Lots of different boats. There's a pretty piece of driftwood right there. Maybe the camera will get it. That's a pretty piece.
Spirits are high.
We're all here in one big group, crazy as ever. Why in the heck are we paddling this? Because we want to.
Both on the river and on the shore.
Way to represent Missouri!
After about 15 miles, there's a large gathering at Labanite Park in Sugar Creek.
Go, Christy!
They're screaming. They're screaming. It's like Mahomes throwing a touchdown.
Among the crowd,
We try to hit these boat ramps.
many racers, ground crews, like Chris
We don't hit every single one, but we do hit the majority of them.
and Otto,
The ground crew doesn't have time to sleep.
the ground crew for the Kraken. As the boat passes, they head to the next stop.
We're expecting them at Napoleon about 12:05.
Our average speed is 9.6.
Good.
Oh yeah, I'm happy with that.
Joe, A-Dog, and Matt
Just a race of attrition, though, right?
Yep.
won't leave the Kraken during the race. Instead, supplies are thrown from their ground crew.
They'll swoop these wing dikes and come as close as they can. What's our throw bag? You can't be too early with a throw. You don't want to throw too late.
I can see the ramp.
So the goal is to just get it out as far as possible.
Food, water, and everything they need, they'll have to scoop from the river.
It's an anxiety-driven activity.
And their first resupply
Oh, there she is.
brings more anxiety.
Oh, there they are. Let's go.
They're not there.
No, ramp, ramp, ramp,
Because Chris and Otto don't see the Kraken coming
ramp, ramp.
Ramp!
and are out of position.
Hold on, they're not going to get there.
It's fine, it's fine.
40 miles into a 340-mile race across the Missouri River.
We don't need to get over until right then, you know.
During the Kraken's first resupply in Napoleon,
Chris, ramp! Chris, ramp!
their ground crew finds themselves out of place.
Just easy.
They're barely able to get bags of food, water, and other essentials into the water before the boat passes.
Okay, there's our bag.
But one isn't thrown far enough.
I don't think we got it.
The Kraken, at 47 feet long, unable to steer in such tight quarters.
Otto's going. Otto, you're going to catch it before us.
Go.
You're doing great, man. Doing awesome.
So the ground crew has to jump in to save the supplies.
Awesome. Big heave. Yep, that's it. Yes. Good job, Otto. Back paddle out.
360 turn.
You the man, dude. Damn. I'm bringing a life jacket down. I've got a spare life jacket.
All right, cool. Okay. On to the next.
Yeah,
This is how you get stories.
But yeah, that's just the perfect example of why you can't sleep either. Because as soon as you do, it's like, holy we're late.
After the Kraken is back underway,
Okay, full speed.
They didn't see us coming, did they?
Chris and Otto on the shore reset.
12:05. Man, we're running at a 9.5 mile an hour pace, maybe a little bit faster.
All right, yeah, we'll adjust, adapt, and head on downstream.
Okay.
With 300 miles to go until the finish line in St. Charles.
I take back all of the positive things I said about this race yesterday. I'm miserable, my arms hurt, and I'm dehydrated.
Not far behind the Kraken, the tandem team of Garen Robinette and Chase Reisinger, who formed a special bond on this river.
Rather than a race, it does more become about friendships.
We take a nap now. Oh my God. I don't know if we can get back up for a while.
Here, they discovered a common thread.
We're both from Oak Grove, so that large vastness of the river race quickly became very small.
They're teaming up for the first time this race.
We switched to single blading. It is like you gain a new friend, a family member.
It's also easier to mess with your partner.
Garen and Chase hope to finish top 3 in their division and top 10 overall.
That's the goal. I think we can do it.
You ready?
Yes.
Here it comes. Go.
Both colossal in size and in reputation, the Kraken represents what might be the greatest feat of human ingenuity in this race.
The Kraken!
It's Matt's creation for sure.
As the team pedals, the connected paddles strike the water,
The concept of the Kraken is basically we design a perfect paddle stroke.
propelling the boat forward in one cohesive motion.
So it looks like a freaking spider walking on water almost.
We gotta grind until this turn, don't we?
Yeah.
Halfway through the first day, they're catching up to some of the solo racers,
Hey, how's it going, Lauren?
including Lauren Rodriguez.
I almost didn't recognize you because your pants aren't flashy enough. I mean, they're flashy, but normally you've got like tie-dye or rainbow or sparkles.
I think they're very flashy.
Rodriguez is out to a fast start, already on pace to break her own record.
It's been 3 hours, 20 minutes, so that would put me 30 minutes under goal time.
But it's early in the race, and the summer sun is beating down.
It's getting hot. I'm going to pour water over my head.
There's little time for relief as she makes a stop at the first checkpoint in Waverly.
Okay, catch me, I'm flying.
So this has the green bag in it.
Can I have the green bag, please?
She's able to step off her board for the first time in 10 hours.
Nice action shot of mid-race, pit stop. How you feeling?
Good, except for the wind just slowed us down.
This will be her only stop the first day of the race, where she'll see her husband Manny,
I don't want to stop in Miami.
and her last stop before night falls.
I think that's it.
Other racers take longer stops at this first checkpoint
It's tough, but it's good.
as the reality of this race sets in.
It's hot, it's tiring.
For others, it's a sign of relief.
Right now we got a good pace going.
Dead last Johnny and his daughter Juliana are feeling good, but their time on the ramp here is limited because of what's just behind them.
Out of Waverly at 6:45, doing fine. Hour and 15 minutes before the Reaper. Yay!
As if this race wasn't hard enough already.
Don't see them, but they could be right in the sun.
Paddlers have to beat this 1969 vintage aluminum Starcraft.
Hope to see you at Waverly.
Ahead of you, I'm never make it.
Affectionately called the Reaper. If it beats you to a checkpoint, you're out.
Is this your first race?
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta make it to Waverly then.
They've already claimed several victims on the way to their first checkpoint.
4 minutes, guys.
But this tandem isn't going down without a fight.
You got this! It's the final countdown! Come on, guys! You got this! It's the final countdown! They made it in time.
They made it with 40 seconds.
The Reaper is one of more than 20 safety boats patrolling the waters of the Missouri during the race.
Got a lot of safety boats here today. Making sure everybody's safe all day.
Some of them are owned and operated by Missouri River Relief.
Everything we do is an avenue to bring awareness to the Missouri River, to encourage people to care about this resource.
This is one of the first years the nonprofit is putting on the race themselves, after taking it over from race founder Scott Mansker, who now serves as safety boat coordinator.
It's the best possible retirement.
Even though the race has changed hands, the goal remains the same.
So it works directly with our mission of connecting people to the Missouri River.
Every person involved shares in the mission to highlight the river and its importance.
People don't even realize Kansas City would not even be here if it wasn't for this river. I mean, to support a population of this size, you have to have a water source that you can count on. And that's this river.
The race has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for Missouri River Relief. Part of that money goes to help fund cleanup efforts, like the ones led by Kevin Tosi.
But it's still a huge issue today, and the spots that we visit again and again still have that trash. So I say it's getting better, but we still have a lot of work to do.
As the race grows,
what a good day for paddling.
That mission grows too, because the more people that connect to the river,
One less thing in the river.
the more people will care.
Take a minute now and just enjoy the river.
Once you get out here and see how scenic and beautiful it is, then you become a steward of the river and you are willing to speak up and protect it.
Let's get back up to speed.
As the afternoon turns to evening on the first day of this race,
Remember though, we're racing for day 2.
the fastest boats have separated from the pack, and the Kraken has already caught all but the speediest solo racers.
There's 4 really good solos this year. Duddy LeCave, he's in a Riverhawk now.
Upstream, outstream, downstream.
As their ground crew of Chris and Otto await the next resupply in Miami, more than 100 miles into this race,
Any minute now. Wait, hurry, wait.
the fastest solo rolls in.
Way to go, Daddy!
Dustin Duddy LeCave. He's in first overall right now,
Man, this thing's fast. I'm telling you, man, it's you, Daddy. Got this new boat.
but the Kraken is closing in
No solo has overall won the race since the very, very first year.
and just gained another 5 minutes
Bye, guys.
as Duddy leaves Miami.
Kitchen little by little. That's all it takes.
Because the Kraken doesn't stop for resupplies.
One. Yep.
A-Dog is orange, Matt is middle, Joe is front.
Way to go! Woo!
This exchange is near perfect.
Good toss. We redeemed ourselves.
Now the Kraken sets their sights on first place, hoping to catch Duddy as night sets in.
Yeah, once the weather stops or, gets dark, cools down, we'll see.
But nightfall on the Missouri River brings an entirely new set of challenges.
This is sunset. Beautiful night.
As the sun sets on this first day of the MR340 River Race across the state of Missouri,
Very quiet out here. The wind has died down.
paddlers prepare for the night.
Water's clear, calm as can be now.
This is one side of the river. Nice, beautiful moon. That's the other side of the river. I mean, what's better than that?
Exhaustion has already set in.
I think we're both feeling it. I think everybody does at this point in the race.
And with nightfall comes more challenges.
This gives us nice soft glow. So we need to look for something.
Yeah, MR340 after dark. So It's been a fun start.
Full moon in the wide open at night. Be like a big giant Christmas tree. The red and green lights.
The race takes place during a full moon.
Yes, we can see.
So racers can see a little better.
Got the moon behind me too.
But it's still very dark on the river.
I have no idea what you guys can see.
Trying to keep myself awake. Jewel, how are you handling things?
Doing all right.
All right.
And obstacles can come from anywhere.
Whoa, what was that?
That was a carp.
That was a carp?
Yeah.
The little fish just jumped right in between our paddles as we're going.
Some paddle through the night. Others are forced to pull off and sleep.
A couple miles short of Glasgow. Hit some fog. Decided it was not safe to go on.
You don't think it looks like fog up ahead?
For stand-up paddleboarder Lauren Rodriguez to keep her record pace,
It's been a long night.
it means there's no time to sleep.
Is there anybody available to catch me?
Only time to stop for a few minutes at the Glasgow checkpoint.
Thanks for everybody's help.
Thanks, everybody.
3:18 was my goal time, and it is 2:46. So we're maintaining my 30-minute bank.
Leaving no room for error with another 198 miles to go. The difficulties at night also extend to the support boats tasked with keeping these racers safe.
There's your winner right there. You can ride up on that stuff. You don't see it. It'll throw your balance off.
The lead boats come through mid-Missouri overnight.
So that's the cave, you said? Doing good, man. Keep it going. Keep on trucking.
And not far behind,
That's cracking. That's them. I see legs pumping.
night troubles impact ground crews too.
This would be our last night drop, so hopefully by the next one the sun's peaking up. The difficulty and the risk of them not retrieving it just means so much more for them going downstream without resupply for the night.
At their overnight resupply in Glasgow, Chris and Otto with the Kraken ready the bags.
Only get one shot, unless you're ready to jump in the river. But we are ready.
He's ready.
I'm ready. Yeah, that's a Kraken. Is that them telling us to throw? So hard to read the distance at night. They're behind the bridge. Ready?
Ready? Throw, throw.
One Mississippi, two Mississippi, three Mississippi.
Go.
Three back!
The racers on the Kraken send back trash and their only means of communication.
There's a phone in that one. It needs to be charged.
But it doesn't reach the banks, and there's no safe way to retrieve it.
I can't get those. I'm gonna die if I get those.
So the Kraken and the only phone they had on the boat both continue downriver in the dark of night.
Okay, so happy day 2. 24 hours later, we have done almost 170 miles, halfway.
After a long night, sunrise on the Missouri River brings a new day.
And we're off like a herd of turtles.
And new hope to these weary paddlers.
We're gonna hear Chase scream and yell out of joy for being halfway done with this race. Woo! There you go.
Little things in this life, this race are important. Bridge over Juliana's shoulder. That's officially the halfway point of the race.
They press on through fatigue.
Getting a little raw right there already. I'll look at the tape out.
But are relieved the night is over for now.
No, it's time to eat something. We do this while Chase battles. It's kind of nice. Kind of like a little mini vacation. Chase, you're doing a great job. If you can't have fun in this thing, man, this becomes a torture.
My knees are not loving me right now.
On the Kraken,
The river is slow this year.
they've been unable to pass the lead boat overnight.
Second best is not good enough when you haven't slept for 2 days. I think I see them. Pretty sure it's them. Yeah, and give me a holler and I'll let them rip. Should I throw? I'm gonna throw. No, they're saying no. Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
With no way to communicate with their ground crew,
I need that green bag with Matt's cell phone.
they come to a full stop at their next resupply just before Jefferson City.
We feel good. We're gonna do it.
We just conserved energy.
Cool.
I know they're ahead of us. Like,
you're fine.
What are they? The guys at Cooper said that we were an hour and a half behind Duddy.
And remain confident with 130 miles left in the race.
That was a win. That was a win. We're back on track, baby.
back in Boonville.
Come straight for you. I'll go around.
You wanna go over there?
There.
Go around, okay.
Stand-up paddleboarder Lauren Rodriguez is making her morning stop, but first must navigate choppy waters and a difficult ramp.
Swirly. I think I fell last time. Here.
So getting ready to head off to Franklin Island to get some footlong sandwiches at 7 a.m.
It's day 2 of the MR340 race across Missouri, and stand-up paddleboarder Lauren Rodriguez is pulling in for her morning stop at the halfway point in Boonville.
Come straight for you.
Yeah, there's nothing around here.
But choppy water is swirling around the ramp.
I'll come around.
You wanna go over there?
I'll go around.
Go around, okay.
Swirly. I think I fell last time. Here. Yay, me!
Okay. I might have to paddle.
She falls off her board and into the Missouri River.
Oh, I don't want to wear myself out swimming.
She's able to climb back on and make it to the ramp safely.
Good morning, everybody.
She's attempting to break her own record for the women's stand-up division, but the river is slow this year, and she slowed down some overnight too.
Well, started feeling the pain a couple hours ago. When I got wet and I got cold and the sun wasn't out yet, so.
Meaning this has to be another quick stop.
Sandwiches.
Okay, go ahead and push me out. I'm staying on my knees this time. We'll do it early for a swim. Okay.
All right, babe.
See you later.
She'll refuel while paddling.
When you're racing for time, literally, you take a bite and paddle.
Chase, you got anything to say?
No.
Chase is in a great mood. I'm not tired of talking to Chase. I think Chase is tired of talking to me.
The heat starts to build on day 2 of this race, with highs reaching into the 90s.
It's gonna be a hot one.
Adding to the pain felt by the tandem team of Garen Robinette and Chase Reisinger.
Everything's just a constant state of pain at this point.
At a stop near Columbia, with 140 miles left to go, Chase's wife Haley, a licensed chiropractor, helps adjust the worn-out racers.
Hands are a little tore up.
The two are in second place in their division. But another tandem is not far behind.
Come on, Chase.
So the racers pour back into the boat.
Bye. See you in Herman.
And continue downstream.
They're right back there. We're gonna try to put a little space on them.
Another one of the many obstacles on this 340-mile stretch of river are the barges.
We have some barges up ahead. Might be entertaining. Some of them create really big waves.
Getting a little crazy.
The normal daily work on the river won't stop because of the race.
It's going upstream, so it's gonna throw off a fun little race to play in here, so.
Boy. What the heck is that one?
All right, call him out, a little to the left.
That thing looks mean.
Oh God, here we go, here we go. In the ocean, mate. Whoa! 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 Submarine. Good.
These waves aren't bad. These are fun waves.
All right, we got another one. Another working bird.
These aren't bad, but what the heck is that one? Doesn't look like a normal treasure.
Hopefully this one is also a little easier, but we got to watch the waves coming from the left side.
Who's going where?
I missed the calm water.
Oh yeah, there's big waves after that big one.
Nice, hit it, 90. Whoa!
Woo! I kind of like the waves. They're fun.
Boy, if you're tired and you come across one of these, you just get off to the side. Maybe try to tap it.
We're back. Got to a boring stretch. There ain't no need to film why it's boring.
While some race for the podium.
Who's he talking to? We're not talking to nobody. Talking to the GoPro.
Fifth-time racer Barry Brock is racing to prove something to himself.
After my cancer, I kept asking, why me?
He was diagnosed with prostate cancer last year after a routine physical.
Just remember, people, all men get you PSA test. It's critical.
And just months ago, had surgery to remove the cancer.
It's amazing. Prostate out in February. Now we're racing. See, people, you can do anything you want. Life's too short to sit around and feel sorry for yourself.
He's calling this race his cancer run.
You know, it's crazy. After my cancer, I didn't know I was going to be alive. I guess the old man upstairs didn't want me to go yet.
To show that anything is possible.
Cancer, I beat you.
He's got eyes on that lead boat.
Later in day 2, the race for first overall is nearing the final stretch.
Just right there underneath the tree line.
With less than an hour separating Dustin Duddy LeCave.
Way to go, Dustin! Yeah, the big disadvantage is keeping his mind focused. To win this race solo, everything's just got to line up.
And the 3 men on the Kraken.
I'm thinking we lost a little time. How you guys feeling?
Feeling great.
Awesome. That's what we want to hear. Woo! You got one boat ahead of you. One boat.
You got Daddy to reel in.
They're doing he's doing the math.
Everybody right now is a day 2 racer, so it's gonna be fun to watch. We'll just see which one it shuffles out to be. You gotta figure out who's got what.
At the second to last checkpoint in Herman.
Looking good, Daddy!
There's 70 miles to go.
Oh, that feels so good.
He's struggling right now.
LeCave pulls in for a 10-minute stop.
If you want to win, you got to beat the Kraken.
I can't beat the Kraken.
And somehow musters the strength to continue.
Even if you're questionable if you can catch that guy, you stay in the race. He may have some problems. You just never know. You got to stay in it till the finish. I thought I seen a flicker of a paddle.
With the strength of 3, the Kraken has pulled within 30 minutes of the leader.
Oh yeah, I see it now.
This is their last planned resupply before the finish line in St. Charles.
Good job, guys! And he is hurting!
They pick up their supplies and send back trash. And again, the throws from the boat miss the mark.
That's going to be tough.
That's all right.
Otto goes after them and into the river's swift current.
Let him go if you got this. You want me?
Yeah. Help. Here's a life vest. Here. Careful, careful. Holy shit.
Should have had this at the beginning.
Why did I not vest? Oh, I'm so stupid. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry. That was real dumb.
I don't care about the bags.
Why don't I?
I care about you, buddy.
I know.
We won't do that again.
No.
Relieved, exhausted, and safely back on shore, there's no time to rest for the ground crew because there's still a race to finish.
They suck at throwing bags. Holy shit.
Well, it's day 742 of this race. Chase and I have not seen anyone for hours. Starting to wonder, is this race still happening? Did it end and we didn't get the memo? There's no one out here.
Day 2 drags on for the paddlers in this 340-mile race across the Missouri River.
Garen, do you have any updates?
Everything hurts.
Everything hurts. We're tired. But excited to wrap this up.
For the racers near the front who haven't slept and barely stopped, the finish line is inching closer.
We need to manage our time and our paddling well.
But many are past the point of exhaustion.
My legs finally doubled in size with swelling and my feet hurt. And I had to call my daughter to help get my spirits up. So
Lauren Rodriguez is attempting to set a race record and become the first woman stand-up paddleboarder to finish in under 50 hours. It's pushing her body and her mind to the brink.
I was close to tears. That's my raw one for you.
In Washington, racers have finally eclipsed 300 miles.
Duddy came through at 5:10.
The Kraken calls their ground crew.
Yeah, I think that's a fine strategy. Just keep chipping away at it, like you said, and put yourself in the opportunity.
Realizing now that first place is out of reach.
They understand they're not going to catch him, and they're just trying to stay strong, stay consistent. They tried to make an offensive. This is where they're at.
It's far from defeat, because just finishing is an accomplishment.
They're accepting the placement of the race, right? They're accepting that Duddy has put up an amazing battle, and it's just sportsmanship, I think, at that point.
It lets Otto take a moment to reflect on his close call at the last ramp.
If you've touched this river, then you know that it deserves your respect, or garners your respect. I learned that today. I mean, relearn that. That's a better way to put it.
The racers on the Kraken are feeling the pain of being on the water for more than 30 hours straight and need some first aid supplies thrown to the boat.
Icy hot water and bandages.
They pull close to the ramp for the throws.
Here.
Got it. Perfect.
Before digging in for the final 40-mile push.
Just stay in the race. Literally anything could happen. Just keep chugging.
This always seems like forever, doesn't it?
At the finish line in St. Charles,
Isn't this exciting? This is my favorite part.
Dustin LeCave's family and friends are there.
You see him, Amy? Man, the most exciting is when he comes under that bridge. You see his lights? There he is! Three-peat! Three-peat! Woo!
He pulls in at 9:47 p.m. on day 2.
That was horrible.
38 hours and 47 minutes after he left Caw Point.
Your first overall. First overall.
Overall?
Yeah, we're pretty sure.
Probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going to make sure that the guys, they're expecting him around midnight, the second guys.
It's his third straight solo division win, and he's the first solo racer since the inaugural MR340 in 2006 to finish first overall.
You did it 3 years in a row.
Holy moly, how'd that happen?
Finally out of the water, he still can't believe it.
You're good, Daddy. I love you.
I love you too.
It's nice.
I can't believe I set those goals and
You did it.
accomplished them.
I set goals and I accomplished them. Aww.
About an hour behind LeCave, the Kraken reaches the finish line in St. Charles. The first team to finish, but second overall.
Way to go! Good work!
I got you.
Way to go!
They're the only other boat to come across the line in sub 40 hours, finishing 39 hours and 50 minutes after they left Caw Point.
Just baby step.
I think I'm gonna fall. Don't let go yet.
I'm not gonna let you go. I'm gonna get you set down. I'm not gonna let you go.
The finish is also the end of an era. It's the last time Joe, Matt, and A-Dog plan to race in the Kraken.
Thanks, man. Good job. You guys all did.
Good job, Matt. Great work.
Damn good job, guys.
Bonds formed on that boat and on this river will undoubtedly last forever.
I'm okay. Just a little unsteady.
We got 27 miles to go until we hit St. Charles. It is 1:40 a.m. Pretty beat up right now. I think we're both ready for this to be over.
It's been more than 40 hours since a race across the Missouri River began in Kansas City. The tandem team of Garen Robinette and Chase Reisinger are making their final push as day breaks.
Why is it so far away?
You'd think after just doing 339 miles, the last one wouldn't be hard.
Aaron and Chase are second in their division and 8th overall.
What an experience. We did it. Goals accomplished.
All right.
All right.
Welcome to St. Charles.
They announced their retirement on the ramp before celebrating.
Retiring. Cheers.
The pair finished 45 hours and 19 minutes after they left Caw Point.
So many times, like, I would be just exhausted and Chase would be like, all right, you gotta get ready. Let's talk about this and stuff. And then all of a sudden he'd be quiet. I'd be like, Chase.
And they finished just moments behind the first place tandem team.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Congrats.
You guys closed that gap. You had 50 minutes between you and first place, and you narrowed it down to 4. That
4?
last stretch. 4 minutes. They came in at 5:16. You came in at like 5:20.
Beautiful morning.
After the sunrise in St. Charles,
Homeward bound, 15 more miles.
Lauren Rodriguez is closing in on her goal.
It's incredible. I mean, he's just putting so much effort into it, and she's been going for 49 hours straight. It's pretty incredible what she can do.
She's now just moments away from breaking her own record in the women's stand-up paddleboard division. Arriving at the finish line, triumphant.
I have not touched solid ground in 49 hours.
She finishes in 49 hours and 31 minutes and is the first solo woman across the line, and now the first woman to break the 50-hour mark on a stand-up paddleboard.
Yes. Yes. Like minutes to spare. I need to stop my watch. Make sure it's official. Oh my God. It was a long morning. Everything hit this morning.
After years of hard work, determination, and grit, she's accomplished what so many others thought was impossible.
I am quite emotional right now. I've never been. I can usually take pain, but this was mentally the toughest I've ever had. I might need a moment. I can't find my words.
We are getting ready to make the final stretch of the MR340.
There are still more than 300 boats racing in the water.
All in all, it's been a good week on the river.
Including Barry Brock, who's racing just months after being diagnosed with cancer and having his prostate removed.
There's a beautiful sight, that bridge. Never give up on yourself. That's all I can say to you.
Barry Brock.
He finishes 64 hours and 9 minutes after leaving Caw Point, accomplishing his goal of getting across the line and raising awareness about prostate cancer.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Good trip.
At the end of day 3, many teams stop and rest for the night before making their final push to the finish line. Dead last Johnny Ortiz and his daughter Juliana still have another 40 miles to go today. Late in the afternoon, the finish line finally comes into sight.
This will be my 3rd finish. I guess it'd be part of the 1,000-mile club. It's kind of quiet now, soaking it all in. Jewel will be a finisher. Pretty elite club right there.
They know they're going to make it.
Dead last to the end. Very happy for you.
They finish 79 hours and 27 minutes after leaving Caw Point.
Here you go. He's yours.
The finish line represents the final chapter of what for many racers has been the most grueling and challenging week of their lives. And each one has a unique story.
You're alive.
Thanks, Julie.
A first-time finisher.
I'm so proud of you.
You're going to do a ramp landing like you've always done.
A group of women who beat the MR340 after they beat breast cancer too.
Congratulations, Dad.
Thank you, honey. Oh,
So proud of you.
thank you.
Thank you.
For so many, it's the apex of human achievement.
Crazy woman.
taming a river that is rarely tamed, fighting through mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion to finish one of the most difficult tests of endurance on the planet, all on the Missouri River.
Setting a new record with a time of 49 hours, 31 minutes.
As the final racers come in, they all gather at the finish line to celebrate and to hand out awards.
Lauren Rodriguez.
Lauren Rodriguez would be the only paddler able to break a record this race, and one that will likely stand the test of time. She does plan to race again next year, but for fun, not for time.
In second place, Garen Robinette and Chase Reisinger.
Garen and Chase announced their retirement before they knew they were just 4 minutes away from first place, and they're reconsidering those plans now.
And this year, a very rare and unexpected thing happened. The winner of the men's solo division was also the winner of the Governor's Cup, Dustin LeCave.
I'm officially retiring. Unless the water's really fast next year.
LeCave also said he was retiring last year and the year before.
It's always, I think, a little disappointing, especially going into it. I mean, we kind of thought we were favorites. Second place is tough, right? It's like losing in the Super Bowl. You know, no one wants to be the Super Bowl loser, right?
But we have to I got to work through that with my own ego.
We were confident that we could reel everybody in. And around hour 32, we realized we're not reeling Duddy in. And so then we said, okay, we got to put down the hammer. And we still couldn't reel him in.
This was the last planned race for Joe, Matt, and A-Dog on the Kraken. It's the end of their 3-year plan. But it seems retirements are never permanent in the MR340.
Never say never, right? I mean, I could see us doing something with it again, but not next year.
But it's been a huge part of our lives for the last 3 years. I wouldn't trade it. And one of Matt's favorite phrases is, what's the worst thing that could happen? You get a great story out of it, you know, and it's been a great story.